What up? This is our desk. That's Tim. I am Bryce. It's a glass desk.
What up, what up?
It's great. How we going? Game number 4 is going to be Gravitas Academy versus the currently winless UTS.
Uh-huh. This is the day.
Is this the day?
This is the one. Yep. They're going to turn it around just for me.
Okay. Fair enough.
Gravitas Academy versus UTS. Gravitas Academy, very good side, I think. I think they're very good. They've got a number of really good players on here. Excited to see Guapi play another game.
Yeah, he was popping off earlier.
Have you guys decided on your pronunciation of E-M-E-L-G?
Look, the OCS is confusing.
Are we still alternating?
Well,
because I'm down to alternate. But
because I say MLG because I think it should be read MLG.
That's what it looks like.
And I think I've been told it's emailed, but also I'm doing it out of I'm making a stand. I'm walking out like this is that. I started with emailed, then I switched to MLG because I was told it was MLG, and now I'm told it's emailed again, and I'm like, look, I'm just committing.
I've been told it's emailed as well, but that only. And I called him email before, but being told it was email only made me want to call him MLG. Because I thought, why would you write that if your name was supposed to be email? I feel like it's a facetious email. Like, he's come out and been like, my name's actually email, not MLG. Tell the casters. But I think he was taking the piss.
Yeah. Potentially, this is going to be the first game of the day where full rosters are in effect. No substitutes for either of these guys. And I say full rosters. UTS is certainly new. Last week, they kind of replaced their whole top side of the map. We saw a couple of these guys here and there, but now it is going to be Cadence and Frolic in the bottom side, but then the completely new 3 up there in Midas, Yele, and Peekaboo. So kind of, not sure the reasons for the change, but certainly back into the season, they're switching it up.
I feel like Peekaboo is actually a support player. I'm not sure why, but I just have the feeling that he plays a lot of support in Scholar Queue. Yele, he's been around the traps for a while. Yeah. He's been old school.
He's a Rammus guy.
Regicide. Yeah, good Rammus player. He's been playing for a while. Serviceable jungler, I think. Midas, I don't recognize. So we'll have to see what Midas brings to the table. Yeah, gold touch or not.
Going up against Gravitas, certainly a difficult task. I think they're one of the better teams in the league. Scoreline represents that. They did have, especially when they lost. I feel like the week where they lost their jungler and why not? Like, obviously, then they brought in rival, like, substitute top side, Riven guy, Guapi goes to jungle, didn't look good, like, of course, right? Like, you have a different roster. But then after that, like, the remnants were still in effect a little bit. I feel like before that point, they were looking a little bit better, a little bit more cohesive, and things were gelling, and then kind of thrown a spanner in the works a little bit. And I think trying to get back to that form, right? It was last week, a game versus Bombers, unable to pick up the victory there. And this is trying to get back on the horse, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it is always tough when you lose players, but why not is a pretty good jungler, I think. Guapi, I think, is a really good top laner. I think he's a player to look out for the next couple, well, however long he plays, but the next couple of seasons. Hot Shelly has impressed me. I think the expansion of his pool, I think he's playing quite well. While having done that, Retribution has been a name that's been around for a while. You can usually count on him for a pretty good performance. In your solo queue game or in your solo queue game.
He landed in the...
It's upside down there. I can't read it. So I feel like their carries have carry, like as far as OCS teams, their carries have firing power.
Yeah.
And then their jungler is pretty good. And I think their support's pretty good as well.
Yeah, MLG is
that's a recipe for a good team.
Yeah, he's had some very good performances in the OCS, so... Looking to replicate that one, and you mentioned like Hot Jelly specifically. The things that jumps out to me is that OCS, or in terms of like players that like working their way to professional play. What strikes me is never the consistency, right? It's like, oh, like this guy has like a really good game here and there, and you can see like the spark. But Hot Jelly is a guy that I think like does actually have the consistency, right? It was always on the Orianna, and he's slowly expanding that to like the rest of the pool. But he's a guy that's always had that. Which is something which is like very rare to see.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of recruiting, and in terms of like making the jump from one to the other, it's very much about consistency. Yeah, like it's nice to see when you pick up a player who has like a really high, and you sort of know it's going to be a job, it's going to be work to like raise the skill floor, to be like, okay, like you're sick, you're up here, you're sick, but like we need you to like, this is not useful to us if you're down here.
Yeah.
So I think, players who are able to perform every week in the OCS are definitely the ones who, at least I'm looking at first, and I imagine other recruiters are too.
But we are into Champion Select here. Gravitas Academy versus UTS. Bunch of 80 carries. Sivir and Zaya taken off the board. Aurelia is going to hit the bench as well from the blue side, and UTS getting rid of Sejuani. Makes sense on red side. Karma makes sense on red side. Vladimir, a little bit of a spanner thrown in the mix, but...
Is this the first game that we've had, like, regular bans and stuff?
I think last game we had it as well,
I know there were no loss of bans last game, but I felt like...
Oh, like
the
regular
bans I was
ban,
seeing
like
were
meta,
like
okay.
not meta bans. I don't remember.
Yeah,
I feel that
I think
way
so.
though. Good
Lux
bans.
going to be the first pick.
First pick Lux. Good first pick. 3 seconds left. Midas, what do you got?
Nico. Yeah.
Yes.
She's been banned away a couple of times today. Yep, big prize in the meta currently. Super obnoxious top laner can be played mid as well. You can go for the Glacial that we didn't see last game, but you can go for the Super Soaker into the Twin Shadows, that sort of stuff.
Like, you're not... it still confuses me. Anyway, new game. Nautilus as well, so we're going to see that Nord again.
Yep.
I like that. Nord very strong. Nico very strong. Lux very strong. All these people are paying attention to the meta.
Yep.
It's a good sign.
Nautilus kind of, I think the best current answer to Lux lanes, like blind Lux lanes, if you want to force things, you can go the other route and play super defensive and just kind of like play the negative matchup.
The no mobility champs.
Yeah.
Where you have the non-committal engage.
Yeah, you can like, if you want to go extreme, like you could play, like they blind pick Lux, you can play like Sona and do like the similar thing where you both just kind of sit back and do nothing.
Yeah.
And negate it that way. But in terms of making things happen and forcing on top of the Lux, if that's your strategy, Nautilus, very reliable there, so Froloc's going to get his hands on that one. And Akali Olaf there for Gravitas.
I like Olaf. Olaf is, I mean, he's strong right now.
Yeah.
I mean, in general, I like him too. I think he's one of the more well-balanced junglers, probably. I mean, obviously, he has times when he's overtuned and they knock the numbers back and forth and whatever. And when he's bad, he's really bad. But I feel like the pattern in which he plays the game is sort of the pattern in which I imagine the jungle to be.
Okay.
You know?
Explain that a bit.
Okay, so you're extremely strong in the first, like, few levels.
Yep.
Like 1 through to, like, 4, 5. You get a small spike at 6.
Yep.
And then after that, there's not really much. A little bit here and there. You clear camps easily and pretty quickly.
And healthily?
Well, no, not with Olaf, because you want to be low health. But, like, it's not free, though.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm trying to think of like a, I don't know, Master Yi or like an old champ where you're just clearing every camp and it's free and there's you're not losing health. Like old Rek'Sai maybe.
Yeah.
Like that's not healthy, I don't think.
Yeah.
But like where you're trading your health for jungle clear speed, like I think all those things are like relatively balanced. And then you have the option to play gank heavy or you have the option to play farm heavy and then come out at 6 or 7, force a drag fight, or to like invade or to gank.
Yeah.
Like Olaf is a champion with a lot of options where I don't think any option really
like super
like
hard
unhealthy.
dominates.
Yeah. He doesn't have one move where it's like, oh, I do this one and then you're just like, you have one way to outplay or you have no way to outplay.
It's not often champions exist for very long periods of times that have multiple different options, right? Normally one cements itself. It's like this one is just better and then everybody does this. It's like, oh, I could play like full AP Bard, or I could play like attack speed on hit Bard, or like I could play real Bard, and it's like, well, everybody just kind of plays real Bard.
Yeah.
Except me. But you know what I mean? Like one does really kind of emerge as the best, but yes, as you mentioned, Olaf is going to be the jungler there for why not. Caitlyn, Ezreal, Kalista, a bunch of 80 carry bands down there, and the Yasuo to boot. Kai'Sa locked in there for Cadence and Retribution. Thinking about the Twitch, that would be a very difficult one into a Nautilus lane, I would say.
I mean, I think you can handle the Nord. I think you can, because you can get your stealth off before it hits you.
The ult?
Yeah.
Okay.
Depending, like, on when you stealth.
Yeah, if you, like, time it well.
Yeah. You can do it. Assuming they can't then flash in range, or you just, hooks, like, obviously they still see the shimmer. But for me, it was, like, with the Nico and the Rek'Sai, like, it's way too much to be immobile, to, like, flash the Nord ult, but then follow up bind, or, like, a flash forward ult from Nico, or...
Your play pattern in a team fight is, like, I want to open up and I want to sit there and deal my damage, and then it's like, these guys will jump on you and you will die.
Would have been a tough ask, I think.
And then he went for the complete opposite, right?
Which
Lucian
is so much smart.
Yeah, Lucian can set up in a team fight, and then if things happen, he can react and has that versatility. Doesn't kind of need things to align in his direction to make it happen.
Agreed.
Zilean, going to be the lock-in.
Mid.
Super long-range mid lane is locked in from both sides.
I suppose when they pick double mage, you just put your mages wherever. I don't imagine Zilean top's very good, though, so... Have a Kali top into Nico. Cillian mid. I like the Azir counter pick.
Yeah.
If you're just going to give me a free lane, let me just farm you.
Yep. And I think that's certainly the case. I think the onus is definitely on Gravitas Academy a little bit here this game. Zilean does kind of skew it slightly, but in terms of like range advantage, like Olaf will fall off, the Lucian will fall off. You have the Azir to kind of just sit back. You have big zones of control there, the Nautilus, the Nico, to allow your Kai'Sa and Azir to kind of play how they will as you track onto late game team fights. But, yeah. Yeah. See?
I wasn't sure how long I would go for. Lucian Lux. Pretty good lane, I think.
Yes.
Can be played v aggro. I think even with the shield max, you can still play it super aggro. Because Lucian with a big shield where he can just dash forwards on you.
He can force trades whenever he wants.
Yeah,
and then,
very threatening.
Yeah. It's kind of, Lucian with the dash can do that, but then the fact that he builds Cutlass makes it even worse to kind of like get out of the trade range. Even if you're an Ezreal, it's like Lucian dashes on you with a shield. You want to hit him in the face and dash away, but then Cutlass means he can kind of stay in range.
Yeah, I like the dash forwards with the Lux shield is good because it makes it really easy to hit that second bounce. Because you're working in a
you're walking in the right
direction.
Yeah.
Like if you're walking sideways or backwards, it can be hard to hit that double shield proc. But if it's like we're going forwards and like I'm going to walk like the quickest, the shortest, you know what I mean? It's easier
yeah, you
to
know
judge
exactly
the
where
route.
they're going.
Yeah.
I think the Nautilus does mean that MLG is probably going to be playing the Aftershock Lux.
Yep.
We saw it earlier today in the Guardian variety, but given the ease with which he can just kind of walk up and hook you if he wants to, you kind of do need that Aftershock to be able to weather the storm and get those extra resists for a short time only. Pick him up in the sail, and then you can actually live, potentially turn around a fight. But another level 1 coming out of the blue side
people running
here.
top.
They do have the axes, and they do have the
super
bombs.
strong. Is he going to check the bush, or is he going to axe the ramp? Let's find out.
Melee
checks the bush.
Steps
Never
away.
check the bush, guys. There's no point.
Why is that?
Why would you ever hover in the bush? Unless there was a unless you're afraid of a 5-man stack. So it gets base camps, by the way.
Ooh.
Never mind. It's weird.
Doesn't. Maybe Midas afraid of the Akali wrapping around.
Yeah.
Potentially could have got.
Yeah, you probably
pincered
actually don't
between
want to
two.
be in axe range.
Yeah, because as soon as he slows and like cancels the recall, yes, you've cancelled the recall, but then you have to fight
you
him.
have to flash.
And it's just like, this is not what I wanted. So, kind of tried to spook him with the shapeshift there. Didn't do a good enough job. Nico, not the spookiest champion. As the recall does come through, gets himself a sweeper and got a solo topside clear.
What is that Lux again? Is that a new one? Warring Kingdoms? Or like
it looks
Chinese
very
New
Warring
Year?
Kingdoms.
Something like that?
I'm not sure, but it looks like it.
Looks Chinese.
Yes. The huge shoulder blades. Looks like something out of an MMO.
True.
That's like mid-tier armor.
Okay.
You don't play MMOs. So
No.
You tried one for 2 days. You're on the wrong.
I played 2 hours.
You're on the wrong server. Somebody made your account on the wrong server. You couldn't find anyone, and you uninstalled.
Yeah, and I got my money back.
Ah, great,
yeah.
greatest time.
All right, what's going on?
Greatest
We've
time.
got a red start from Yele on the Rek'Sai, and then moving to the Wolves. Probably the most common path we see, other than red into Golems. So probably just going to see blue Golem, blue Gromp, and then potentially Crab bot gank. Rek'Sai does have a pretty strong bot gank on the incoming wave.
Yeah.
On this map, there is only one map, but I mean on this side, as you can get that long tunnel into flash knockup.
Yeah.
Looks, okay, so he is going, okay, Lux
They kind of know what's happening. Tremor Sense
Yele
is
doesn't
there.
have the tunnel though, so nothing really doing. He needs that level 3. Olaf, level 3 already, full clear on the top side. Now he's going to take the red, probably go for the Golems as well.
Full clear on the bottom side.
Likely to base before the Crab spawns. Not going to contest bot Crab. He's going to base go for the top one with his Predator boots. Wait, no, he's got Conqueror.
He does. A lot of Olaf's going for that recently, I believe.
Yep.
Get in there, get the axes. This is potential gank at the bottom side. You can see the Tremor Sense as the recall is going to come through, so that means he's not going to go for the Crab.
Here it
MLG
is.
walks up, though. Hook doesn't land, but the CC is there. Flash to safety, binding on 2, but that is not enough to save himself. MLG falls down for first blood.
You know, in retrospect, I feel like hooking the creep and then autoing Lux.
I
mean, seeing as it worked,
Yeah.
he's good. I mean, Lux could have flashed the auto potentially, but I don't know. If he did that on purpose, shouts out to you, Frolic.
Yeah. Could have gone for the flash auto attack. Like, if
That's
you
what
want
I
to
was
hard
expecting.
commit,
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I was
you
like,
want the CC immediately. You
flash
don't want any
auto,
recourse.
Rek'Sai hits the knock-up, she's 100% dead, but
Get
didn't
the
even
kill
have to
anyway.
flash.
Yeah. Lux falls down and go back to the fountain. Long walk back to base. It always sucks dying pre-boots. Just
It
so
does.
goddamn slow.
It definitely does.
Yeah. Oh, top
Olaf's
side
ganking
though.
top.
Sweeps himself up the river and
Ooh,
gets rooted
I
by
like
the
that.
Nico. So buffers the E through the flash, gets himself to safety.
Nice little move there from Midas. Showing he has some proficiency of Nico at least. Like the gank out of Why Not. No tempo burned. He just full cleared, ran top, took the crab, ganked top, burned the flash, went back home again.
Yep, in and out.
Now we can walk back to the top side, start clearing his camps.
It's efficiency.
Extremely efficient jungling. I'm a big fan.
Oh, Root has landed once again onto Guapi. The lane up here. CS ever so slightly in his favor, but that freeze is certainly going
That's
to
gonna
hurt right
hurt.
now. Yeah, it is also a Comet Akali, which you don't see often.
What?
Normally you see
Conqueror or Fleet.
Yeah.
Sometimes you see
Like,
Electrocute.
Yeah, Conqueror, like, yeah, those are really like the three. Fleet, if you think the matchup is difficult and you need to sustain. Oh,
He just,
goddamn.
just like threw him at his feet as a warning, like,
that was,
don't come past this
That was a TFT Akali, he would have died, but it's not the case. But yeah, normally you see like the Conqueror is most standard, Electrocute if you want like the burst, I guess, over the Conqueror, but Fleet for hard matchups. Comet is not something I'm used to seeing here, so interesting choice here for Guapi.
Bot lane getting shoved in, despite dying the first time. As we see that again, the creep hook into auto attack.
Oh, Cadence in trouble though. Retribution dishing out the pain, but Yele is finally here. Flash knock up onto the Lux once again. No flash available means he goes down. Lucian in trouble. Cadence trying to bait him forwards, but Q connects. Kai'Sa falls down. He gets the 1-for-1. 2-for-1 for UTS.
Don't mind the trade. But I'm gonna say that the first one must have been on purpose. Because I just watched him do it again. Looks the creep and then just autos you.
Yeah.
That time he had to flash, but made it work. Big wave that Retribution's going to miss here, and it's a plating for your trouble.
Certainly Trouble Town down here. You saw the Zillion was kind of floating after the play as well, kind of rotating down, shepherding the gank from Rek'Sai, but as soon as one person falls down, Hot Chelly really can't make anything happen after that one. If he commits too hard, then Peekaboo can rotate with him and make his life miserable. So UTS, they have the clock available and they use it smartly. Get in, get out. Much like Why Not's gank on the top side, and they make it work. Bottom Crab is going to go over to the Rek'Sai as well. Ocean Dragon going to start us off this game. No mountains, no fires, but something to think about.
For the third time tonight, we have the university team in the lead in the early game.
Yeah. Good early games.
Good early games
That's
across
what
the board.
They've been studying
They've been
all these
working on.
years.
Yep.
Yeah.
Frolic. I thought that Yele might be behind it, but Yele paused to do the Grom. As they're going to clear out this wave.
Yeah.
They tough one to freeze.
Yeah, they shouldn't clear this wave, though. They have so much vision. They have the pink ward in the river that Yele's basing on. Azir walks over one fairly deep as well. And you can see Cadence is actually going to hold it. This is a very tough lane position there for Retribution and MLG.
Yep.
They can't face check the bush because you'll die to a Nautilus. You'll die to a Rek'Sai gank.
You can do that,
Face
though.
checking the river is brave, but they have the Lux E to kind of give them some control.
They should be able to just 2v2 here, right?
So now that they can, they've kind of checked, and they're just wary that the Rek'Sai is still around over that wall, right?
Ooh,
Like,
and there's a fight at the top side. Why not has... Oh, and Yele might be in trouble here, but...
Oh, he's
Rek'Sai,
got him! Oh, smite!
Wow.
Very nicely played from the Olaf, and Akali goes flying in. Emperor's Divide spits him back to safety as Chelly attempts to turn back time. Guapi carries a bomb into the backline and actually picks up another kill. Peekaboo falls down as the chase is still on. Axe is going to land, but everybody calls off the play. Red buff taken. Jungle ransacked and mid laner goes down. Gravitas, the answer back on the top side.
Absolutely monstrous 3v3 there from Gravitas, just out-microing them at every opportunity. No idea how Why Not managed to survive that Rek'Sai ult. Flashes forward, smites the red, kills Rek'Sai as he lands, and then...
Gets thrown out by Azir.
Guapi then opting to go back in. He used R2 at like 3/4 health on the Azir, and I was like, there's no way he's going to kill him here, surely, but...
He picked up a Zillion
Made
bomb,
it work.
And then he dashes. Yeah, he
yes,
dashes back
true.
in, either with the R or the E, and carries it onto the back line of
Yeah.
Peekaboo. Yeah.
And Zillion, he rushed that blast wand as well, so bombs do damage at this stage of the game. And
Yep. Interesting to
saving
see,
grace there.
Yeah, what the Zillion goes towards. You can sometimes see on these like old school, super low mobility, like endgame champs and Nivea Zillion, you can see the double tier. Or not the double tier, but like the double mana items in Rod of Ages and the Seraphs eventually.
Yep.
Want to see if he invests that heavily in the late game or if he does just kind of sit on the Rod. But Dragon is going to fall down. Ocean Dragon, first one of the game, picked up there from UTS. Second one will be spawning in a couple of minutes here, but get themselves an objective on the bottom side, and you can hear somebody typing the timer in chat.
Yes, the bot lane of Gravitas were not in lane, so nice little pick up there for UTS. Gold is now totally even at 3 kills apiece, with only the water differentiating these two teams.
It's going to be the tier pick up here for the Kai'Sa. We saw the full AD variant earlier, the Storm Razor into Gwinsu's, into the Runans, where this is going to be the Manamune picked up. So once that tier spike, Midas respecting the jungle threat. His team just did Dragon on the bottom side, and jungler is clearing an extra camp, now opting in for the recall, so he knows that if Olaf is around, he can just very easily get dove. So sits in between his turret, kind of
Okay.
flings
The
some
lane
stuff to the
swap.
Akali. But yeah, team flips the map here.
Interesting. Wondering whether they're going to look for the Rift Herald or whether they thought they would be countering some sort of gank.
Why not's going to start
Why
this
not just
one?
going to start it up? And this is ill-advised.
Yele is going to spot him there. Frolic has the hook available and he's going to connect.
There's no one around though.
Yeah, Ragnarok is popped. Double bomb onto the Nautilus means he's going to fall down, but Yele wants to re-engage onto Hot Shelly. Ultimate's still available, so he can turn back time. Actually gets the kill out of nowhere. Flies into no man's land. Peekaboo, though, on the backside. 1 versus 2. Can he take them down? Jungler and support versus the mid laner absolutely wins, and AD carries in side lanes. Fight in the river. UTS pick up a couple, and the Rift Herald. Oh, no, Gravitas, sorry.
Yeah, no idea how we ended up in this position. I mean, I have a slight idea. Frolic 1v4 engages. As there's a solo kill. Okay.
Yep, see you later.
Sure. But against the flow of the game, why not starts the Rift Herald in a numbers disadvantage, but first roam from the Zillion and a nice little Lux binding means both Frolic and Yele fall down, and in the end, Rift Herald goes over to Gravitas.
Yep, it's the CC, and Olaf kind of left alone. Yes, he got engaged on, but because Gravitas were kind of in the way, they were playing goalie to where their jungler was, so Frolic finds himself melee range, double bomb, CC, can't go anywhere, gets eaten alive by the Olaf, and then numbers advantage all but gone. Was cheeky there from Yele, ultimate onto the Zillion. Hot Shelly especially didn't expect that one. Could have saved himself with the ulti, but Rek'Sai comes flying out of nowhere, snipes him off the left-hand side of the screen and takes him out. So they get one response, but this is a heavy lead going over to Gravitas in that engage. 3 kills on the Olaf, 2 kills on the Akali. The top side of the map getting the most out of this one.
It'll be interesting when these top laners meet again, because Akali's picked up 2 kills in the meantime, whereas Midas has picked up that solo kill as well now. They haven't actually traded against each other for a few
couple
minutes,
of minutes,
and they've both gotten gold.
Yeah,
So
that's always interesting.
It'll be curious to see what happens when they meet each other again. I imagine that this is a pretty difficult matchup once towers fall for Nico.
Yeah.
But it probably, I could see outplay potential there also.
Your ulti does kind of cover the shroud. Actually,
Ooh,
Guapi's going to
get
face
caught
check a Nautilus. Auto attack into the knock-up. Cadence dashes over and a very easy cleanup. Ultimate for no assist, but Rek'Sai takes down the Akali.
Unfortunately, looking for a little bit of extra vision. It's punished for it. Doesn't get to throw the shroud down either, so couldn't burn anything to try and escape. Midas is getting chased down by Why Not, but he's still full health, so
yeah,
not sure. Might have just been a stray axe.
Not a lot of
clipped him.
mana on the Olaf, so chase potential not too great and was pretty close to the inner turrets already. Used the Rift Herald topside as Midas is just going to deny the red buff. That is before 14 minutes, so another bunch of plates goes towards Retribution. I shouldn't say
TP
another
bot lane
because,
as well.
yeah, he hasn't got many this game, but Cadence in trouble, but Yele finds himself another kill on Speakali. So Guapi, yes, got 2 kills since the solo lanes met. The goes bot side, gets caught out twice by the same combination. Rift Herald charging to top, so Gravitas slightly ahead of the play, but UTS certainly have an answer here.
Yeah, they are behind in tempo, but they will equal up the gold most likely. And yeah, I don't know. We didn't see what Guapi did. It looked like he TP'd in for some sort of outplay. Cadence was very low when we panned across, but yeah, Rek'Sai didn't use his ult the first time, and Shroud is not going to save you from that.
They kind of alternated their ultis. Nautilus uses his on the first time to stack the CC. It's auto attack into knock up, and you buy a lot of time for the damage to come through. This time you do have less CC, but you have that extra damage snipe in the ulti from Rek'Sai, so able to take that one down with Guapi off the map. It gives them access after the turret to that dragon. Mount Dragon is going to spawn next, but double Ocean in their back pocket certainly feels nice for the side laners of UTS.
Yep. Blue buff handover going to occur now. Nash has finished for Azir. Yeah, it is. No, it's not. Okay.
No, that's Nash's.
No, I mean, okay, I was watching Azir on the minimap, and 3 times he started walking towards the blue, and then walking away again toward mid lane, while blue was still at like 800 HP. So I imagine the conversation was something like, hey, can I get this blue? And he was like, no, you're feeding. He's like, but I really need it. I didn't build a mana item. I got Nash's too. So
no, but you're really feeding.
You're really 0-2 though.
Yeah.
Which is fair enough, to be honest.
Picked himself up a couple of kills. 4 and 2 on the Rek'Sai. It feels good.
That Phage in the base probably.
Yeah. Because I feel like if he isn't getting these kills, then Olaf was certainly running away with this one. He was 3-0 earlier.
Yep.
Has himself a Ninja Tabbies, working on the Cleaver, and has his Warrior from before, so kind of needs something to punch back with. And you said the Phage actually has the full completed Black Cleaver there for Rek'Sai, so slightly ahead of the
dangerous
curve.
Rek'Sai.
Yeah, with the base timing there.
It really is just a Tabi's difference, though.
Yeah.
Between him and enemy jungler. They are more or less even.
Yeah.
Why not was in a position to run away with the game, but those 2 Guapi kills on the bot side gave Yele a lot of golden XP he probably didn't.
It's also the lack of
not deserve,
progress, right? Like, why not is like, okay, I'm going to set up the map. I want to play towards this side. Let's attack the side lane, wait for me to clear my camps over here, and then I'll be there in 30 seconds, so let's make something happen. And when those kills happen, kind of against the flow of the game state you're looking to create, then it's not just the fact that they get golden XP, it's the fact that you are going to make a play that you now have to wait another minute for.
All the work you just did is now not usable.
Yep.
And you've got no jungle camps, and you've got nowhere to go, and you're just like, oh.
So you kind of, you lose the tangibles, but you also lose the opportunity there, and
you lose the planning, like your forethought that no longer will the next 5 minutes play out the way you had pictured. Now you're having to hold bot lane, and now they have you telegraphed for the next minute, and it's all cooked.
Back to square one. It's cooked.
Your Akali really just cooked it.
Yeah, it was 2-0 before he started dying, so 2-2 doesn't look the worst.
No.
But a couple of CS behind. That's a very nice double bomb, though. Peekaboo has to dash to safety. Shield does a little bit, but why not in the area? And the bottom lane of Gravitas rotating from mid means that this turret is dead to rights. The response on the other side of the map is slow, and given that, Midas just has to sack it. He resets. Looking to defend the bottom side of the map, as Gravitas have committed all 5 members.
Yeah, Gravitas committing 5 to the bottom half of the map there, just to pick up that tower. UTS looking like they want to contest something. I'm not sure what it is, but instead of continuing to push on the top side, Nico's gone home. He's grouping without TP. He's just walking in. We've got 2 minutes on the Dragon. Maybe they don't want to give up a third. And I don't know. Let's see what happens. Hot Shelly having to speed away from the fake Rek'Sai.
Yeah. Spooks him.
The real Rek'Sai not far behind.
Does get to safety there. Yele has a little bit of a flank there. MLG still fairly squishy. Was picked on earlier this game. It picked up a nice couple of assists. And it must be the Dragon. Yeah, 2 minutes trickled down. 1 minute 30 now on the clock before that
early
one
commit.
And you're just fighting over the vision control. All 5 members. It was Gravitas that kind of grouped without the TP. And then UTS, they had the option, right? Nico could have stayed top. He's completed the Super Soaker, has the Glacial there, and can buy some time if he gets ganked, but didn't want to commit to the side lane and wanted to group with the rest of his team. Now everything kind of resets once again, a minute before the Dragon spawns.
Yeah, it's a, I'm not sure. It's a weird, it was a weird position to put themselves in, you know, like. In any case, it's over now. Midas, now bot, going to try and work on some priority potentially. We finally get to see Akali versus Nico in the long lane.
Oh, he's running away.
Doesn't look like he wants anything to do with Akali.
Nico runs like she's so afraid. Like when she was running into the jungle, she's deathly afraid of what's going on in the lane.
I reckon she looks like a creep. When she's running like that, she has her hands like, why does she have her hands like that? She's just... it looks weird.
Like postured down.
Yeah, like they're hanging,
wrists
they're hanging
up, hands down.
Like forearms up and like wrists limp.
Yeah.
Like what is this?
It's comfy, I guess.
Anyway,
Is it?
I don't think it's weird.
I don't particularly think so.
No.
But yeah, this dragon now on the clock, 7 seconds away. Both of these teams still fighting over vision control.
Force themselves into the river. Vision control over to the side of UTS. They're just going to start it up. Guapi is on his way, and they're very quickly giving up control because they're tanking damage.
Yeah. Why not, though? A little bit of trouble. Yaylay actually goes in, gets cleaned up by the Lucian. Backline has arrived. UTS stuck between a wall and absolutely nowhere to go. Axe lands over the wall. Gravitas with a single kill right now, continuing the chase. Midas, he wanted the turnaround. He saw the Pop Blossom, but couldn't quite find it. 2 kills go down. Dragon picked up, and Gravitas run away with everything.
When you group on 5 on the Dragon as 5 like that, and especially when the enemy has vision of the Dragon, you instantly tell them that all that vision, all that fog, don't worry about it. You have nothing to worry about. We're
right
here.
We're right here.
This is where we are. You don't have to worry about copping a hook to the face or like a Rek'Sai Unburrow or some sort of like Azir Sec, you know? Guapi is so brave. I guess he has Kali ult, actually. I mean, silly no.
Yeah, had the opportunity. First bomb landed. Second bomb barely scraped by.
Oh, and Baron is on 4k health.
Yeah, they did the dragon, got themselves a mountain, and immediately shifted over. 2 members were dead. Frolic is looking for something, but the 2 members here just buying some space. Baron does fall down. Zillion's going to revive himself. Maybe dead off the back end, but Gravitas already got themselves the Baron. Maybe don't care about a couple of picks falling to the wayside. 4 members attempted to get out. The 5th Hot Chelly.
Are they all living?
Desperately trying to, and it looks like he's bought enough time. Somehow gets away with that. Revive into Flash.
Wow.
And yeah, that's team fight around the Dragon. That's a Baron picked up, and all 5 members get the buff.
5 alive. That Dragon fight had dire consequences. They pick up that mountain, and they just move immediately across, and with the 3 of them, they just burn it. Tower getting sieged now, but
here. 2 versus 3.
Guapi's going to look for it. That's ult 1.
Hook goes wide. No CC lands, and a couple of kills go over. Bottom lane dead to rights there from UTS. They actually want more. Yaylay starts up the camp on vision. Guapi, no ultimate available, but around the corner, just being a nuisance.
And yet again, we find ourselves in a position where Uni team tries to do objective A. They all die after starting it. Enemy team takes Baron.
Yep. Baron, gold lead now hits 5,000. Mid inner turret is broken. And yeah, you mentioned it. Team fight into Baron, into enormous gold lead, and so much control here for Gravitas. The bottom lane now, 2 items completed. Lucian sitting 3 and 2. They were having a very rough start to this one, right? It was Frolic and Yaylay constantly landing the CC, constantly getting these engages off, but now it doesn't look like the case. Yes, the transform is there for Cadence, has the Muramana and the Guinsoo, so he can dish out significant damage if he has that ramp time, but ramp time is not something he has to play with right now, as Baron creeps were bashing on the door of their inner turrets.
Yes, I mean, they do have Kai'Sa or Azir, so there is the opportunity there for just some scaling, and you know, eventually they will do enough damage to win the game.
Yeah.
But I don't know, 5k with the Baron, I feel like there's a lot of standing gold as well. There's 2 tier 2s just waiting to be taken by the superior solo laners from Gravitas Academy. And on top of that, they're just so hard to kill.
Yeah, they have 6 members.
Even if they do dive, they've got so much mobility on their damage dealers in Akali and Lucian.
Yep.
They have the Fat Shield from Lux, they have Zillion Revive and Speed, and the only person with no mobility is Olaf.
And he
can't be stunned.
Yeah, he can't be stunned. Kind of just run away from things. As time goes on, I think it was this week Dire was in the OPL when they played that Anivia Nico comp.
Oh, yep.
And I do really like Nico as a disengage option. as this game treads onwards, if this Baron like doesn't break the base and they get another couple of minutes before a Baron fight and then they stall this one out, like then Azir Nico does become a very scary late game because you can't really commit through Nico, right? Like unless you CC her immediately before she gets Pop Blossom off. That's a huge zone that if you step into, Azir one hits you and you're CC'd as well, so he has the choice to throw you away, throw you back into the team. So there's certainly options here for UTS.
Ooh, Frolic hooks the cannon. I like it. I feel like a lot of things Frolic has done this game, I've enjoyed. I think he's played really well. Other than that one Rift Herald thing, but everything else is really good.
Yeah.
But anyway, talking about Nico, continuing on Nico, I think it is really hard to kite through her, and depending on how the team fight goes, like if you're diving and she gets to ult and she gets to save her E, if she's chaining E into root, like ult into root, like that's so much time that you're just stuck in front of Kai'Sa Azir.
Yeah. And also, when you go for the Glacial build, you have so much slow potential, you create those extra zones. Guapi potentially in trouble, but...
Lucian is mid, so if they commit here, they do have a numbers advantage, but Akali, you spoke about her mobility.
Yeah, so slippery. The E double dash, Frolic burnt the ulti there, unable to lock her down. Mountain Dragon is on the cards, GRVA wanting access to their second one of the game so far. Looks to be a non-contest here. Blue-buff also spawning fairly quickly. Right now will be open, and both solo lanes, the Akali and the Zilean, head over onto that one. So wanting double objectives off the back end of that one before a minute and a half, and the big Baron will spawn. Resets coming through.
Pings coming down. I can only assume that is Frolic telling his team, this is where we need wards. Vision plant goes down. The scuttle is up as well.
Yeah, actually
handy to get.
Yeah, super useful there for UTS. They're not going to be able to hold on to much vision, you would think, given the lead that GRVA have right now. So having that unclearable zone.
Being the losing team and having that scuttle is so valuable.
Feels mega nice. So they're able to lock that one down. Nice couple of sneaky wards from Frolic. All over the place, trying to not get swept. We'll see how good a job GRVA do as they approach the pit. Both sweepers on cooldown right now. Maybe Olaf has already popped his, but I don't believe either of those wards are going to get seen. So actually, just as we say, UTS, they actually make a bunch of the wards stick.
Yeah, I was about to point out that they had 5 wards, 4 pinks rather, in that bottom blue side jungle on the red. Oh, as Frolic flashes over the wall to Retribution.
Yaylay actually gets bound though, so we can't get the flash knock off the back end. TP is coming through. Double solo laners arrive. Akali into the backside, gets thrown away by the Azir, but huge double bomb from Hot Chili, takes off 2. Yaylay will fall. Pop Blossom barely does not land, and engage there from Frolic, doesn't find the mark. GRVA completely wipe UTS.
Yeah, Zilean ult doesn't even pop there. Just 5-0, clean as anything. Frolic went for it all. He saw his name in lights, flashed over the wall, hit the ult. Cadence follows up with his ult and then just gets cold to death. That is a 9k gold lead. That is the middle inhibitor. That'll be the 2 Nexus turrets and the Nexus as well. We've got 3 seconds on Frolic. 6 seconds on Cadence. 7 seconds on Azir. And Frolic just
double bombs almost on his head.
And fails.
But look, I'm going to have to say it. If you're going to go out with a game like that, that is the way to go. The spectacular ending. Huge flash over the wall.
What about like
Anchor comes
coming
flying
back and
down.
winning the game?
I mean, no, I said if it's going to go that way.
Like
if you're going
to lose 100%. You want to lose. You definitely want to lose fast. Losing slow, no bueno.
Yeah.
That's not fun.
Yeah, it feels rough. But that game honestly finished in a different position than we kind of expected, right? UTS, once again, you've been saying over the course of the day, university teams, very good early games.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, the translation is where they stumble.
Yeah, it feels like the macro is just lacking, right? And like early game is the easiest thing to transition from solo queue to competitive.
Yeah.
And it seems like most of them have that, and a lot of that is the junglers as well.
Yeah.
And I think for a number of these uni teams, like the junglers are not bad, and so I think they're sort of carrying the early game.
Yep.
But then, yeah, as soon as you find yourself in that position where it's like, well, Baron spawning in 2, like our coach said that we need to start clearing vision 2 minutes before Baron spawns. Let's send 5 mid and then like not do anything. It's that sort of stuff that hurts them. It's you know, it's winning. When I was watching them do that dragon and they got like all the vision control in the river, I was like, like, whoa, that's really nice. Like, they've got all the vision control. Like,
that's step one.
Yeah, like, Gravitas can't work their way in anymore. Like, they're going to have to face check. But then there's only one ward in the entire river, and it's in the pit. And then they just walk over with 5 into Mountain Drake, get autoed one time, and then instantly get wiped.
Yeah, 200 HP over everyone. Dragon kind of hits them all on the face. And unfortunately, one team fight goes astray. That's a team fight, that's a Dragon, that's a Baron, and Gravitas picked themselves up a victory there. Game number 4. Don't go anywhere, guys. 3-minute break. We'll be back for more.